Hi guys, I'm Mosaic. Sorry about the weird text-to-speech voice, but these voices are free. And I'm broke. In case you guys were wondering who Aiko Sato is, I want to make a Yander Simulator-inspired game called Be Still My Heart, and Aiko will be the protagonist. For this series, I'm going to draw Aiko first, Kenzo second, Rivals third, and other groups and characters last. I'm new to making these kinds of videos, but the way I want this to go is drawing them while talking about their design and why I designed them that way. Rival elimination methods. Character backstory explanations, and club benefits. Since most characters are club leaders or club members, but Aiko isn't in a club or a rival, so we'll just focus on 3 of those. If you have any feedback or advice to help me with any of these things, don't hesitate to put it in the comments. So without any further ado, I give you this video. For the color palette, I chose black, brown, green, gray, and white not including her skin tone because I thought that color palette just looked really good. Especially since every other design and palette I tried just kinda flopped. So I low-key based Aiko off of Monica from Doki Doki Literature Club because originally Aiko was supposed to have a long ponytail along with her bow, but I decided to give her a long braid instead. I also have Aiko wearing a long skirt and baggy sweater cause I think it makes her look a little more shy and reserved. Maybe even a little socially awkward. Cause surprise, surprise, the whole Yander disease thing doesn't actually exist in this universe. The whole reason that Aiko cares so much about a select few people in this game is because she knows that they actually see her as a person and not just like some background character that happens to cross their path. Such people include Sonoko Kamiko, her friend, Yui Mai, also her friend, Kenzo Hashimoto Senpai's stand-in, and Ristuko Osamu, her surrogate grandmother.
Editing Mosaic here. I am so sorry. I just realized that I was drawing on the wrong canvas settings. Please bear with me here.
I'm gonna have to go off script for this, cause I wrote down her old backstory, but that was scrapped and I didn't, fully write down the new one. But I got the gist. So basically, Aiko was born in 20XX to Benjiro and Aiko Sato. If there's anything weird with the names, I just Googled Japanese boy and girl names, so that's why. So, she had teen parents. Ones that were both basically abandoned by their parents because they were like, hey, I can't support you after this. And the only support her parents had gotten was from Britsuko, her surrogate grandmother. But even with that woman's support, they still struggled through things. You know, they didn't have a lot of money, and they were raising this one child. So she grew up broke, and her parents didn't really want to be around her because, they still loved her, that's their child. But she was like this constant reminder of the struggle they were going through. So they didn't really see her as a person. They were just like, man, I love you, but you come with this reminder. So they weren't really around her. But with Ritsuko's help and, a whole lot of effort, they started to get more money and better jobs. Enough that one day they had a second child. And they were like, hey, we're gonna focus our attention on this child because she's younger and, well, she's a reminder of our success and not our brokenness and parental abandonment. Because of that, Aiko spent a lot of time with Ritsuko that saw her as a child, like any other child. Because, she just didn't associate her with abandonment. and poverty. So after this, when Aiko starts school, she's someone who gets bullied a lot. Because they knew that she grew up poor, and, the fact that her parents just don't like her. It's one of those, I love you, but I don't like you type things. So they took that and ran with it. It also doesn't help that Aiko is autistic. Because, I don't know, one writing hero was like, yeah, let's make her autistic. And I got bullied for autism as a child. And I guess I still occasionally get picked on it now, just not as much. So I was like, hey, if she's autistic, then would get bullied for it, without a doubt. And she already has bullies, why not put those two together? And that's where Sunoka comes in. Kind of. So one day, Aiko is switched, she swapped seats with another student. And she's moved to sit next to Sunoka. And Sunoka has ADHD, so she's also, picked on for being different. And knows that she does not fit in with the other students. So she's like, hey, you're weird, I'm weird, let's be weird together. So she tries to befriend Aiko, but Aiko rejects her because she's been through that before. Bullies have tricked her into thinking people wanted to be her friend, only for them to, turn around at the last moment and be like, ha, I actually hate you. 'Cause, have you ever met a child? They're assholes. I mean, I'm a child, but children are still assholes. So, at the end, when Aiko realizes that Sunoka really was, genuinely trying to befriend her, she goes back and, I don't know if you've ever, Googled how to make friends with someone, but I did, specifically to make this. The list is practice introductions, smile, show interest, start conversations, share with others, and do small favors. Have you ever met an autistic person? We will follow that to the letter. We will write that down and be like, yes, I will do this exact thing. And she does it so awkwardly. You ever seen an autistic person smile? You're so awkward with it. But anyway, Aiko does that, and she's trying to befriend Sunoka. And she's just standing there what is this girl doing? I thought she hated me. But then she realizes that Aiko's trying to be her friend. She's like, oh, well, guess she changed her mind. We're friends now. Obviously Aiko apologizes, but I really just wanted to include neurodivergence being wholesome. Yeah, sorry, I am really bad at explaining things, but I already put character backstory explanation in the title. Well, not the title, but I have it written down for the video things. What is this? I guess I could edit this into chapters. So I guess I am so sorry I'm losing my train of thought here. But, the reason Aiko is born in 20XX is because, the game takes place after the pandemic hit. Canonically, the pandemic was a thing. And it's actually part of a few different character backstories, like Memphis Colton and Aiko herself. And you don't really know who Memphis Colton is, but she's basically the equivalent to a Mai. She's a baker. And her bakery started losing business after the pandemic, which is why she's a rival. And the pandemic is also the reason her parents are gone. Well, they're not dead. Her family's still alive. They just left. for reasons related to the pandemic. And shoot, I think it was this one other character who was affected by it. Oh, right, it was Miss Kaneko. We'll just call her that. 'Cause I don't know how to pronounce her first name. She's the equivalent of Megami. So, but that's the explanation for the whole 20XX thing. I can't really think of anything else to explain, so just... If you have any questions, put it in the comments, and I'll try to make a video to answer them, to the best of my abilities. Well, that's all for now, so just commit drugs, eat crime, and have a nice time. Later.